I have no idea what's going on with Marvel Studios and Blade, but earlier today we got a new report and it seems like this whole project is headed right back to square one. That's right, they're without a director. What is going on? Now, before we dive into that, though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. We do daily Marvel and DC videos, and we want to be your place for all the superhero news, but we're going to bring it to you truthfully and transparently, so you are in the know. Well, I have to say, this is kind of a first for Marvel, because never has there been a project like Blade. Now, the announcement at Comic-Con in 2019 was a resounding success, but since then, Blade has been plagued by production woes, and now it seems to have hit another major snag, to me one that could spell the end of the project. Now, it seemed like we were getting some good news, because recently Production Weekly had claimed that they were about to kick off production this fall, but then we found out we got a new writer that was giving the script yet another major overhaul, and possibly a new villain. We actually covered that a couple of weeks ago. Apparently Fantastic Four scriptwriter Eric Pearson is said to be working on the script right now, and the studio actually has another writing position that they're trying to fill, so it's probably not very close to being done. Now, earlier this month when we found out production had restarted because, quote, key players involved with the reboot are dissatisfied with the script, well, we didn't really know what that meant, and now The Wrap has revealed the whole story, and it appears yet another director has exited the project. Now, that's right, Yann Dimanche, who had picked up the reins from Bassam Tariq, apparently has left the building, and well, it's not a recent departure. In the report from The Wrap, they say, and I quote, "It was entirely amicable. Yann Dimanche no longer helmed the movie and is said to have stepped away, quote, a while ago." Now, the same article went on to say that getting Blade right is much more important than getting the film out. The pressure to produce as much content as possible has been lifted, and the studio is now looking to release just 2 films per year, which gives the team at Marvel Studios some breathing room. Well, if they're going back to square one, that's a lot of breathing room, and it seems like a 100% confirmed fact that the movie will not be releasing next November. The film was currently set to release November 7th, 2025, and if they're currently without a director and rewriting the entire script, well, I find it highly doubtful they'll have the movie cast and ready to get in front of the cameras anytime this year. Like we said, this movie has been plagued with absolute disaster after disaster, and at a certain point, you have to wonder what's going on behind the scenes. Sometimes our project might need to be shelved, and I'm starting to feel like Blade might be the first one for Marvel Studios. Many times when you see movies go through a process that's this painful to get made, well, the end product simply is not very good. And now that we'll be going into a third director before it even gets in front of the cameras, as well as a third set of writers, with apparently all new villains and possibly a whole new story, well, honestly, the movie sounds like it might be stretched so thin over so many generations of creators that maybe the right thing to do is to step back from the project for a couple of years, find a way to work Ali into a Midnight Suns movie, and then circle back to Blade once the whole mess is cleaned up and they can get this character right. Obviously, we're going to keep covering Blade. I don't think this story is going anywhere anytime soon, and given Marvel's recent behavior of sometimes clipping projects, I think Blade might actually be in the crosshair, but we're going to have to wait and see.